Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara, coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today I thought I would have a little chat with you about the channel and some upcoming things. And in the meanwhile, I would swatch a couple of small items I have here. I have Tombow's portrait set of colors, markers, and I have Jane Davenport's set of pencil crayons. They're colored pencils. They're called magic wands. So we're going to start with the Tombows. So I've been off screen for a little bit here because I have been dealing with some excruciating pain, which I think I set up myself, or I should say set myself up for, because I can't bend. And now, does this tell me the colors? It does on this puny little chart. Oh, actually, I can read it. Isn't that cool? They're in order. Yeah, they are. Okay, good. Because the Tombows don't have the colors on them. They are just the numbers. Right here is the number. And no color names. But you get this just a little piece of plastic to use as your blending palette, but it's got all the colors and their names on there. I don't know if it has the new ones that came out a couple years ago, but anyways, so as I was saying, are these in number order? No, they're not. Well, I guess they're in grades of color sequence here, so I'll keep them in the order that they're in. Okay, back to what I was saying. I can't bend, and on the weekend I was doing pretty good, and I felt pretty good, so I did a bit of work around the house, specifically cleaning out my closet, which is basically a disaster site. And so I was doing some bending, which I can't do without a lot of pain. And oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get things set right here. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm just messing around. I will put them back in the case when I'm done. So, yeah, so I was bending over and it hurt, but it wasn't, you know, excruciating or anything. And, you know, I was doing otherwise, you know, I felt pretty good. And I was cleaning, well, sorting out my closet, and bending, and then sitting down and taking a rest, and then working a little bit more and taking a rest, and so on. And every now and then I would go and like have a major rest, and then come back to it. But you know, I mean, like I had pain when I was bending over, but it wasn't like, you know, through the roof like it usually is. So it was, you know, it was a good day. Took advantage of it. Was careful. Whoops. Was careful, and well, the next day well, not even the next day, that night, I started feeling the effects of it, and my pain became excruciating. I'm pretty sure this was on Saturday. Did I say Sunday? It was Saturday. And I just, how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, there's 10, but one of them is a blender, so that makes 9. Yeah, so the next day I was, oh, it was over. It was over for me. And I was in excruciating pain. I couldn't move, and if I did, I was brought to tears by the pain. And yeah, I was like that for the next 2 days. So needless to say, I couldn't do my color and chat. And this is Wednesday morning when I'm filming this, so I wasn't able to prepare something for today. So I'm doing it today because I'm finally able to move again without pain. Well, there's a certain level of pain, that's my normal. But anyways, I was able to move again. And, what is this, 772? Blush. And, so I shuffled over here to my desk, and this is what I decided to do. So now on to a video that's going to be coming up shortly. I'm hoping next Wednesday I will do it. I've had a lot of questions from people, either in the comments here on YouTube, in the comments on Instagram, and in the email that I get from people who want to know how to choose your colors for color by numbers. You know, how do you get the right color? How do you go about picking the colors that you're going to use in the color by number? And also, people want to know what markers, what pencils, but mostly what markers can they use in such and such a book. And I especially get that a lot with the Disney books, because the paper there is different in those books from what we're normally used to in our other books. Plus other books, people want to know those color by number ones, like the set is actually called color by number. A lot of them are by David Woodruff. I think you'll know what I mean. They want to know what to use in those because the paper is quite thin for a mainstream published book. So I find it kind of hard to type out the answer to this question, because it's more than just a sentence. It all depends what markers to use. All depends on what paper you're using. So like, what set of color by number books are you coloring in, and how to choose your colors is something I really need to show you rather than to tell you. And my way is not the way to do it, but I do a lot of color by numbers, and I don't have any problems picking my colors because I just, I've got it down to a point where I just naturally pick colors. So I really want to do a video on that. Then when people ask me, I can refer them to this video and then say, if you have any further questions, just ask. So sorry I was off screen there a little bit. Just ask. And, alright, they don't have these, well, they have them in order, but you have to turn it upside down every now and then. What am I looking for? $9.94. I went $9.69. 9.40, 60, 40, 80. Okay, no, I've got some 900 somewhere else, I imagine. Yeah, up here. 9.69. Upside down. Oh, is that it right there? Okay, it is just stuck in the middle of two random numbers. So 9.69, no wonder I couldn't find it, is chocolate. Okay, that was a tough one to find. So, yeah, so there's, I want to get out my markers, I want to get out my books, I want to, show people how to pick colors, how to decide what color to use. N15, this just looks like black. I bet you it's where are the N's? Oh, I bet you it's a gray. These are a little difficult to see. Where are we? N15 is black. I don't know. Well, I guess the dark grays would be too gray for skin, wouldn't it? And then you kind of look like death warmed over if you get your skin tones looking too gray. So it is just simply black. So I'm looking forward to making that video. I just need to be in decent health. So, which I will be. I have to learn that even though I'm having a good day and I feel good, I still can't do the things that I can't do when I'm having bad days. That's what I've got to learn. And it's really hard because if you suddenly, it's always really hard to explain chronic pain. But if you're always in or not always, but you frequently experience pretty intense pain and it lets up all of a sudden, you feel like you want to do something because normal life is so restrictive, and it's tough asking people to do things for you all the time, and you know, not being able to pick things up off of the floor, but I can do that most of the time because I have a reacher with a pickup tool on the end of it. And yeah, so I mean, I just got to learn that just because I'm feeling better doesn't mean I can do those things that I'm restricted from doing when I'm in really bad pain, because if I do them when I'm having a good day, then I'll just be back into even more pain, because it was excruciating this week, and that's the only word I can think of to explain it. So let's take a look at these Tombow colors that we got down here. They give you a really nice set. Start off with some, well, 3 very, very pale neutral colors, peach, tan, and light sand. So those are for very fair-skinned people. I think that works for Asian skin as well, not sure. Then we get some pinks, a couple of pinks here. Now, Caucasian people will have the pink or the I don't know what you call this, neutral color in there somewhere. And then we start getting into the dark colors. We've got a pale cherry, and then 3 browns, which are a good gradient. Well, this is black, but it's a good gradient starting from there to there. This is a nice set of skin tones and markers. I kind of am starting to collect skin tone sets because with not being a huge pencil person, and I would never ever ever color a face in pencil. I would use my alcohol markers mostly, but then there's the double-sided books, and you know, you're gonna have to excuse my voice because it sounds like I have a cold, and I don't, as far as I know. It's just my sinuses. So now, how many of these magic wand pencils are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4. Okay, so 24 is not going to fit on there, so I'm going to need to find a page. So, yeah, that's the one thing that I want to do. That's an up and coming video. And the other thing that I wanted to do is basically I want to ask you guys is if 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is ask you guys if oh, sorry, I need to open up another can of pop here. Is to ask you guys if you could suggest books that you would like to see me color in for the color and chats. Okay, we're going to start a new page for these. And let me put those back. I've got 2 books that I have in the wings here from back in September, because, oh, well, no, one was September and one was October, but I wasn't really doing any of those because all my color and chats were related to the Spooky Cute color along that I was doing, and prior to that, they had to do with the color by number color along that I co-hosted, and I co-hosted the Spooky Cute one too. So I have 2 books here that people have said that they would like to see me color in, and those are coming up. So I'd like you guys to also, when you're watching one of my videos and you see a book that you would like to have, that you would like to see me color in, just, here, I should come on screen, put the pencils out of screen and the book back in screen. There we go. Oh dear. Maybe I am coming down with something. No, I think that's just a cough from the sinuses being plugged up. And so if you're watching one of my videos and I'm, you know, doing a haul or flip throughs or my finished pages, whatever, and you see a book that I have and you'd like to see me color in it for a color and chat, just let me know down in the comments, or you can always email me. So one way or the other, just let me know which ones you're interested in, and I will get to those. Might not be the next book I did, but you know, I would add it to the pile of requests, because I want to color out of the books that you guys would like to see me color out of. Sometimes I'm going to pick one I want to color out of at that moment, but it's nice to have a little pile sitting by that I know that the subscribers want to see me color in. So these are called magic wands. Yeah. Magic wand pencils. And I'm just going to put, there's only 24 here, so I'm going to put them in their RGB order that I use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There. Now I won't go past. So, let's see. I've got red. What have I got? I got my light on here, but it's not the greatest light today. I'm going to have to check that one. Why it's stuck there. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to start with reds. I'm just going to check this one. This one is called Bear, and I'm assuming it's brown, but it was stuck right in the middle of the reds. Okay, actually the first thing that I wanted to do with these pencils, and might as well do it with this one since I have it out. First thing I wanted to do is see how they work with Gamsol or mineral spirits. So let's put down some good pigment. I pressed a bit hard for that. And where is my pen? Ah, here we go. So this is what I use when I am using mineral spirits in small areas. I bought an empty Copic pen and I fill it with my odorless mineral spirits. Right now it has something called Terpenoid Natural in it, which is bought from the art store. So let's see what it looks like. Yes, works very nicely for smoothing these out. So these are going to be good pencils for Gamsoling, just rubbing off the color now. Okay, so yeah, that rubbed out nicely there. So that's what I wanted to know about these pencils, because they're a craft brand, so they're not going to be the best. They do claim to be very pigmented, so we will see. So first color is called Flamingo, and I'm going to have fun with the names of these. I just know because I have Jane Davenport's paint set, and she has wonderful names for her things. So the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is, yeah, they're soft. Okay. I'll talk about the pencils when I'm finished asking the question. Okay, so I like to do it hard and then get myself light. So, yeah, the other thing I'd like to ask is, I'm always interested in people who want to do buddy colors. I've got a couple of people that I do buddy colors with right now, but I can always have a couple of more people who want to do it regularly, or if anybody wants to do it at all, I can, do a one-off with you. Just any book that I have, ask, and you have it too, ask me to do a buddy color with you, and as long as I'm not too full, I will more than gladly like to do a buddy color with you. The ones I've done so far, and I've only done a couple, have been really fun to do. It is so cool to see how someone else colors the picture differently from how you color it. The different choice in medium, the different choice in colors, the different choice in accents, if any. And yeah, I really enjoy it. So if you'd like to buddy color with me, just again, when I do a haul, when I do finished pages, or when I do a oh, my mind just went blank. I remember saying 3 things before. Anyway, whenever I bring out new books, or just old books, or go back and watch my old ones, find the book that we both have, and ask me to do a buddy color with you in it. I would love that if anybody was interested. So yeah, thanks. Those are the things that I wanted to talk to you about. So we're going to continue on with these now. These these are not budget-friendly pencils. They are on the expensive side for what they are, because they are a brand name, a popular brand name in the crafting world. I shouldn't say crafting. It's in the mixed media world, which is well, it's crafting. You don't necessarily need to use artist quality materials when you're doing mixed media. So that's what these are. They're not artist quality. They're craft quality, but they're not cheap, because Jane Davenport is a premium priced brand name. I got these for 50% off with a coupon at Michael's. So we want, I'm holding the wrong one. I need to decide if these are yellows or oranges. Okay, so those two are yellows. And that must mean Oh, gonna mean that I don't have an orange, because these are neutrals. Yeah, these are skin tones. So yeah, there is no orange, which is strange because she does have a lot of bright colors in her line. So yeah, no orange, unless this one is. Don't think so. This is pink. Oh, hang on a minute. Maybe this is the orange. There, this is what I just did. To look under it, under the light at it. No. That's a well, it looks orange next to the pinks, but let's put it as our orange. It's called Contour. So these are soft. They're soft to lay down, and they put out a lot of pigment. They're very waxy. And you don't have to push terribly hard to get that dark bit right there. So for yellows, we have Buzzy. You know, I want to say they perform as your average budget friendly, but they're not budget friendly, so. So if you want to lay down a little bit of pigment, that's what these are for. The colors are really nice so far. They're like gorgeous. This one's called Egg Yolk, and that is a perfect name for a yellow. Are we still on screen? Yeah, good. Look at those. They look nice, huh? Okay, so red, orange, yellow. Then we want green. And for green, we have Jiminy. Some of these have the same names or close to as the paints. I am positive there's a Jiminy. Jiminy. So it is gold writing on the full color barrels. On the really dark barrels, it's easy to read, but this one is a little difficult to see. I had to hold it under the light. So yeah. Yes, there's my favorite color. Okay, so I'm just using some pressure to get that, and wasn't pushing hard at all. That's what I get with just using some pressure. I doubt these are going to blend very well. An emerald. Some of them you have to push a little harder to get that deep. So, let's use some Create Space paper to see how they blend. Let's use these 2 greens. And the yellow. Are we on screen yet? Okay, good. Okay, so I'm on my 3rd layer and it's getting, the wax buildup is getting, making it difficult. Now let's see how this all blends in. Yeah, they're not blending. Well, that's weird. It just jumped over this spot and left some green there. So yeah, you're not going to get any good blends out of that. And you can do 3 layers. So straight coloring is what these are for, which is what I do, except for flowers. Flowers I do a little bit of blending on, flowers and leaves. Okay, let me put these back where they belong. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Now, there are a few blues in here. That was really funny because pencil sets usually have the most greens, and then secondly is the blues. Okay, so we've got a lot of blues here. So this one's got the most blues and only 2 greens, which is very odd for a pencil set. So we've got Butterfly. Seeing the brightness of these colors, I am just imagining that the blues are going to be beautiful. Oh, yeah, I barely even have to put pressure on that for it to come out like that, and I have to really lighten up my touch to do the light. So yeah, some of these are much softer than others. So they're not all the same consistency. I love this. This is one of the names of the paints, 70s eyeshadow. Yeah, see, this one I have to push pretty hard. So, yeah, most people don't swatch pencils this way, but I like to see what they look like dark, and I like to see what they look like, well, I like to see what they look like with a heavy hand and what they look like with a light hand. So this one is Mermaid, and it's more of a aqua color, but it's in the middle of the blues, so we'll just put it there. Yeah, This one and this one are looking like shades of green to me. This one is Dragonfly. And it looks like it's another marine color. Whoa, oh, I love that one. And finally, the last one is called Ink. And this is kind of going to be our navy shade. And yeah, that is definitely the kind of navy that I expect. So yeah, nice to have that. Okay, blue. Now we want purple. This is the order that I do them in. For Roy G. Biv, I do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. A little hard to get to the colors because the names don't have anything to do with the color, really. Well, I'm going by the color of the lead, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so that was the end. So we're going to go up to the top now over here. And the first one is Mystic. Whoops. I forgot to go dark and light. It's just kind of dark and medium. And then we're going to have a light purple here, or feather. And then the next one is, looks like it's either going to be a magenta or a violet. It's hard to tell. It's called Pixie. Yeah, there we go. That actually, that's a really nice magenta. I looked up the official dictionary definition of magenta, and it was a purplish pink or a pinkish purple. That is definitely a pinkish purple. Just a minute, I need to have another sip. And we're coming down to the last ones here. So, after I do the Roy G. Biv, I do the neutrals, which are the grays and the beiges and buffs and peach. Basically, I call them the skin tones and the earth tones. So browns. These are all my neutrals. So I got brown and the beigey stuff, and I've got, looks like I've got 2 grays. Do I have 2 grays or do I have 2 shades of black? Oh no, that's definitely a cool gray. Okay, except I forgot pink. So let's put pink down here. So we have Candy Floss. These are definitely bright colors, which is what you expect from Jane Davenport. And they're a neat set of pencils too to have to add to your collection. You could throw one of these in with your regular pencils just to get a deeper, richer, vibrant pigment. This looks like it's called Kiss Kiss. But yeah, remember, you can't really, you can get up to 3 layers, and the 3rd layer is tough to lay down, and they don't blend. So you're just going to be doing straight coloring with these. Normally, I would say don't get them, but the colors are just awesome. So now we're going to go on to neutrals, and we'll go with the beiges, the browns, and the grays. Because usually I go neutrals, which is the beiges and the browns, and then the next set is gray, and then the next set is metallics, and finally I end with black, then white. So these are the neutrals. Buff. Now Jane Davenport is a portrait artist, so she always has good skin tones in her collections. So we don't get many here, but at least we get a couple. And I'm forgetting to go dark and light here. So that one was soft. And then we have highlight. That's basically a cream. But if you notice here, we've got buff, highlight, and over here I put in the oranges was contour. So those 3 could be used together to do a skin tone, which is what I think she's intending and why she gave them those names. Okay, then we only get one brown, and it's called a bear. Okay, so let's go dark, and then light. And you know, I think that would be that would make it as a skin tone too. Oh, sorry, I actually knocked the tripod. I don't do that very often. Alright, so now, down to the end here, let's do the grays. So the first one is Ha Ha, called Jane's Gray. So let's see if this is like a Payne's Gray. No, nothing like a Payne's Gray. It is a cool gray. Well, I guess Payne's Gray is a cool gray too, but yeah, not that shade. And then we're getting a darker shade of gray here with Eclipse. And that is a warm gray. Oh, it looks like, it's almost looking like brown to me. Next to the gray, it looks so brown, but when I did it over here on a separate piece of paper, it was definitely gray. Whatever, it can go there or there. So you can use that as a brown, or as a, I don't know. I definitely think that that's a brown, so it should be up there. Bare and Eclipse. And then Jane's Gray would be one. That makes more sense to have two browns and one gray. So then we go with black, which is Raven. Let's get you up here. And this is a nice dark black. And then finally white. White is called Unicorn. Now basically I just do some pressure on here to see if it shows up. Yeah, this is kind of an off-white paper, and the white is showing up just a teeny bit. Let's see if it will lighten a color. So let's go. Probably not. I'm doing this very lightly to try and see, where am I? This is what I just laid down. I'm going to do this very lightly to see if it will change color. See if the white like actually is good for mixing. No. Oh, you know what? Let's use the Create Space paper, not the watercolor paper, because watercolor paper is not meant for pencil crayons. Okay, so let's get some of this down here. Doing it light hand. And then let's see if we can mix some white in there to change the color. Not overly, but you could use it as a blender. Yeah, it's not affecting the color. It takes the it takes off just a little bit of the vibrancy, but it does blend. So as you can, I wonder if we can do two color blending here. I wonder if that would work. Let's blend the dark into the light. Okay, so there's the dark, and let's use the light. You can see a line across there. They didn't blend together. Well, if you keep at it, but then this just gets darker, so yeah, they don't blend. So, what we learned with these, let me get the palettes back on screen for you. What we have learned with these is that they are bright. When they advertise them as highly pigmented, they are being truthful. They're very bright, gorgeous colors, actually. They are, some of them, they're soft, but some of them are softer than the others, and a couple are a little bit hard. And, oh, sorry, I must sound terrible today. I'm not feeling terrible, though. I'm actually pretty good. So, they don't blend. The third layer is pretty difficult, so we can say they don't really layer. I guess you could do two color layering and blending, but these would be used for straight coloring. I like them. I think I might use them here and there. Or I'm going to try to use them here and there and see what effect they have. So, there you go. Please remember the stuff we talked about at the beginning of this video. And in the meantime, we have done a swatch of the Tombow portrait set. Really nice. I like the range of colors in there. And the Jane Davenport Magic Wand set. Don't pay full price for it because it's not worth it for a colorist. If you can get it for 50%, then yeah, you're going to get some really brilliant, vivid colors for straight coloring. So, thank you for joining me, and in the meantime, until next time, bye-bye!